Hello, Professor and fellow classmates. My name is Robin Austin. I hope you all have had a good week so far. I have to be honest, I was quite apprehensive about this class. I really wasn't sure what the subject matter entailed or what we were going to be learning through this next 8 weeks. But Dr. Roberts' video that's in the module that explains why Liberty chooses to make this class a requirement really helped put my mind at ease a lot. In the video, Dr. Roberts says that this class is an intellectual history course. And he says he uses the term flip side of the course American Christian Heritage with the idea that we're reviewing traditions with a non-religious emphasis, and we're reviewing those from antiquity all the way through American history. And he said we're going to be looking at the rights and duties associated with liberty and freedom. We're going to be looking at those two words and the differences, which I'm excited about learning, and also the human scale in Western civilization, which I'm also interested in seeing what that entails and learning about that. The study of Western freedom has its roots in ancient Greece and ancient Rome, and they believed that freedom was sustained through virtue. And these early ideas of freedom and liberty grew into the modern thought on those ideals that we have today. And the Greeks and Romans believed that generation to generation would safeguard these ideals, safeguard the ideals of freedom, of liberty, democracy, and that by safeguarding them, they were keeping these ideals moving forward for the next generation, who would then also come along and safeguard them for the next generation. So why is the study of Western civilization, of Western freedoms, why is that still relevant today? From the readings that we had, I believe that one of the things that's important about it is that it helps us to understand the culture in which we live, the current world in which we live, and it helps us to comprehend that current world as well as understanding the past. According to Robert Royal in his article, Western freedom has blessed the rest of the world. It is just not in one part of the world that has been blessed by it, but the ideas that come with Western freedoms and Western civilizations have been a blessing to the entire world. And he said that these principles help to build a humane world, but for that to happen, we have to study them, we have to understand them. And he stated this, he said, we don't inherit a civilization. A civilization is not something we simply inherit or finally possess. Each generation, individually and collectively, needs to make a continual effort to appropriate it anew because a civilization is not passed along at birth. So what that says to me is that these ideals of freedom, liberty, and democracy have to be protected by every generation, by my generation, by your generation, so that we protect them for the next generation to come and teach them these same ideals so that they protect them for that next generation so this moves forward. So without studying this, these ideals could get lost. So that whole idea of Western civilization, Western freedoms is so relevant within our world today. Quayne Anthony Appiah in his Guardian article had two quotes that I found really interesting. He said, values aren't a birthright. You need to keep caring about them. A culture of liberty, tolerance, and rational inquiry comes from continued care. And he said, values represent choices to make, not tracks laid down by Western destiny. So the same idea that we're guarding this for generation to generation, moving forward, and that we have to make appropriate choices to keep these ideals safe and moving forward, that makes it relevant to our world today. I believe that when we take the time to study the concept of Western civilization, the concept of these Western freedoms, we are studying the basic ideas and concepts that help to create and shape the ideals of this modern world in which we live. Even though they came from antiquity, they have continued to shape this modern world. So we have to understand where our ideals and beliefs concerning freedom, liberty, and democracy come from, and why these ideals are so important to the world now, so that the next generation finds them important and continues moving them forward. Thank you.